Jamespoeartistry.online. Hello, perceptive readers. Did you read it? Read what? The article about Ironman, or the post that I made that's now on the Jamespoeartistry.online website. And it's under the heading, Ironman must have made Stan proud. Now I'm talking about Stan Lee. Okay, here's another one of those reminders, may we never forget Stan Lee. And one of the reasons why I don't, go maybe 6 months or so, put it this way, it seems like every year I say something about Stan Lee, is because of the fact Marvel Comics and his speeches that he also gave, keynote speeches, interviews, and I think he even received some type of honorary degree or doctorate as well, something of that nature from one of the colleges. Maybe it was a different one. But the whole point is this: his characters, Iron Man being one of them, gave persons, young people, someone that they could identify with. Now, of course, we have spiritual connotations. We have sports stars. We have persons who are in entertainment as well. You see, even back in those days. And yet, superheroes, cartoons, if you will, all produced by Marvel, and under Stan Lee being the editor and creator, it gave another point of reference for young people to learn about the world in a fun way, in an entertaining way, you see. And that's what it did. And the characters actually came to life. Now, in the article that I talked about Iron Man, how Stan would have been proud, you see, I mentioned the type of personality that Stan was going for with Tony Stark. And the reason why he actually did that made his character not likable, his occupation, which dealt in the arms, you see, the war machine and things of that nature, that he knew it would cause people to have to find a way to like Tony Stark as Iron Man. Now, one thing that I can tell you still from that period, some decades ago, is Iron Man, from my observation, probably personal view, even back then, it wasn't that he wasn't liked, or that comic book wasn't liked, but I tell you what, from my observation, he certainly wasn't as popular as Spider-Man, in my opinion, or even the X-Men. But I still just wanted to let you know that, look, we're in the 2000s now, and look how popular Iron Man has become. And I'm sure the movies is what played a large role in that as well, getting people familiar with his personality. Well, I go more into that, concisely, but I still go more into that in the article, mentioning what the factors were involved on why his personality would not have been accepted back then too much. And it's interesting because the time that we live in today, what is the climate? What is the air? What are the social issues? I wouldn't be surprised because, I don't read comic books like I used to. You see what I'm saying? But the thing about it is they actually did address all the social issues of the day. Now, that doesn't mean that I still don't do my research, thank God for the internet. But make no mistake about it. It's interesting the way that they were written, these different storylines. I can still remember the origin and many of the storylines and secret wars and specials and things of that nature when they are referenced even down to this day. It is interesting as well to see the changes that have come about. Some of the migration or alternate realities of some of the storylines or what have you, and the way that they did that, which involved one time Professor Xavier with the most powerful mutant mind you see on this earth, you see, and then Magneto. There was a time where they both got combined and they created a monstrosity that was so powerful it took all the superheroes to actually be able to stop that combination of Professor Xavier and Magneto. And what happened is it created a totally different universe as they all went in to attack and be engulfed or what have you, to be able to overpower from within that monstrosity that I'm going to say. But see, this is the point that I want to make additionally about Marvel. You have seen a lot of storylines brought to the on screen, and they've added their flair to it. And then I told you the comic books are still, available. They're still in print. I'm still not, really sure if they have as many comic book conventions as they used to have. I guess they're all probably at Comic-Con or something like that. I wouldn't be, sure that. But see, they used to have them a little bit more. And what about the stores that was designated just for that? Just for comic books? People used to make a living off that. So maybe they still do. Either way, I wanted to ask you, did you read that article about Ironman must have made Stan proud? I hope you will. And I hope you will share it. And let me say this again before going. May Stan Lee never be forgotten. You see? May he be resting in peace, which I'll assure you he most likely is right now. And so, have a very wonderful day, and thank you for spending some time with me here on the Jamespoeartistry or the Perceptive Readers podcast. Take care.